Hello and welcome back to our 8th Investigations 2. In the last episode, we returned back to the present and continued our investigations as Miles Edgeworth and not Gregory Edgeworth, and we discovered a lot of things about the crime scene. We discovered that the teapot switched around, that that Katherine Hall was definitely the one who set out the poison gas trap in the palace, and we also discovered that the sheet of cloth covering the table was a different color. I'm guessing it's because it's going to end up being this. I don't know why you would bother changing the cloth, but I'm guessing it's gonna have something to do with this, so let's continue and see what happens.
I have a report. We have detected traces of an emailing from the teapot.
Yes, as we suspected.
You can't be serious. It's just like Mr. Edgeworth said.
Of course it is. Because Edgeworth is always right. Unless he's going up against Phoenix, in which case he's always wrong.
Darn it, did Mr. Edgeworth take the title of the best from me again?
Oh, buddy, you never had that title in the first place. Except in your own deluded head. Mr. the Best, it seems like you have an obsession about being the best. But when you're on a case, winning and losing is of no importance.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you're an idiot.
Obviously it's best to be the best at everything.
If you can't understand that, then you have no business being a prosecutor.
What?
Get toasted, the best.
Please stop harassing Sebastian. Sebastian, a person of your caliber has no need to listen to such things. Justine. Yeah, you're right.
Are you actually unironically employing the "I'm too smart for you" trope?
Please leave this to me. Why don't you go check on the victim's condition? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll be right back then.
Alright, I'll be waiting. So, like, I go back and forth. Sometimes I think that Justine genuinely thinks he's, like, a genius and is just, like, deluded. And sometimes I think that she's too petrified to actually hurt his little feelings. So she just keeps finding new ways to get rid of him temporarily. Judge Courtney is much more troublesome than Mr. DeBest. She's a lot smarter, so she's significantly better.
Well then. Miss Curator, can you tell us why nonalium was discovered in the teapot? I was not aware that it contained such a chemical. I suppose it may have been an ingredient from the detergent I had used. So you're saying that you did not put it in deliberately? No, of course not. There's no way for me to have known how to create the poison gas.
No, nope. You had the Krabby Patty secret formula. Despite being a former actress, it seems you're not very good at lying.
What do you mean?
The angel's recipe is in your possession, and the method to create the poison gas is contained inside that recipe book, so you must have known how to create it.
I'm surprised you knew about that. Miss Curator, is this true? It's true that information about the poison gas is contained in one of the recipes. However, just because I saw it does not mean that I was responsible for the crime. Could you tell me what set off the poison gas? It was caused by the victim heating the lid of the glass case with a burner. Ah, I see. If he locked himself in that room of his own will and then set off the poison gas, wouldn't that suggest suicide?
What? No, he had no... You really expect me to believe that he had no idea, that he did have an idea, that he knew about the poison gas trap ahead of time? Really? That's what you're going with? He chose this... Okay. That's the method... First of all, that's the excuse you're going with, and second off, that's the method you think he would go with for that? Really? That's your story here. Okay. Alright. Just trying to get a sense of what I'm up against here. Does she intend to deny it to the bitter end?
Furthermore, I wouldn't have been able to obtain a chemical like Megatoxin X.
That may be true, but you could have stolen it from someone else.
That reminds me. I met up with Katie a week ago and... that night was when I realized that my Megatoxin X was gone.
Well, that sure would have been convenient to know a little while ago.
Katie, you couldn't have. Madame Delicia always carried her medicine bag around with her. Anyone could have stolen it.
That's right. I don't have any proof that she was the one who stole it, but I have a pretty strong hunch.
Can you tell what you're hiding?
I know you're not the kind of person who would hurt someone without reason.
Bunch of shields. You doubt me as well?
Setting a trap on one of the gallery's exhibits, and then disguising the rooms. I just think it would have been impossible for anyone but the curator.
That's not true. There are no guards or security cameras in this gallery.
Yeah. And isn't that just wonderful security down here? Yeah, wait a minute. Who's in charge of that? You! Who's in charge of assigning guards? You! What?
If any ill-intentioned person wanted to sneak into the gallery, it would have been an easy task for them. Then, isn't it like an all-you-can-steal buffet in here? Yeah, you have to be careful. You never know when a great thief could appear. It doesn't sound like a joke-in case, is it? Actually, Monsieur Gustavia apparently entered the gallery before it opened. Well, I'm beat. Looks like Uncle Ray can't do anything to break down Kate's iron guard. This might be a good time to use the technique your old man taught me. Technique? My father taught you? This case is deeply connected to the one from 18 years ago. If we just pursue the present case, it may seem like there is a lot we don't understand. But if we try turning things around, there might be a hint. Excuse me, in the case from the past. Thinking the other way around? Did my father do that too? For example, let's consider the relationship between the past case and Kate. This horror melted into Mr. Dover's Survey sculptures 18 years ago, and today, Mr. Dover's works are on display in this gallery. It can't be. She. I see. Now I know what to ask her. That's good to hear. What you think? Oh, you think she stole them? Like, you think she stole them 18 years ago and then she put them on display here today? Because that's... Wait! Oh, we might actually have proof of that. Wait, let me look at the liquid analysis results again. No, not the stupid prosecutor's badge. Analysis results, traces of salt, sugar, and blood detected. Sugar mismatched to like the liquid from Mendover's room 18 years ago. That might actually be the proof that we need to prove that. I never thought about that, but she might have actually stolen them. They might not actually be replicas. That'd be a pretty cool twist if that was the case. Miss Catherine, 18 years ago, it seems that you melted Mr. Dover's Survey sculptures. Yes, I was young and inexperienced, and I did something inexcusable. However, isn't that why you were able to open the Zodiac Art Gallery? I don't know what you mean. I don't understand either. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you seek her testimony? Yes, I would like her to tell me about the Zodiac Art Gallery. I would like to know the real reason you decided to open the gallery for Mr. Dover's artwork. If you insist that this is related to the case at hand, I will allow it. Miss Curator, your testimony, if you please. Very well, if that will clear your suspicions about me. Now then, please testify about the Zodiac Art Gallery.
Alright, it's how long has it been since we've actually had a testimony to go up against in this case? I feel like it's been quite a while since we've actually... It's been mostly either investigation or just story stuff for the most part. So, anyway.
18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion. Then in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery.
Which, by the way, so, I'm pretty sure her motives for wanting to get a hold of this art gallery was to get her hands on the secret Krabby. I'm not calling it the recipe book, I'm calling it the Krabby Patty secret formula. Was to get her hands on the secret formula. And then, once she had that, she would know how to make poison gas. The question, and then I'm guessing she wanted to use the poison gas to set off a trap in order to catch the real killer, who I'm guessing is Gustavia, to seek vengeance on Mr. Master for ruining his life. The only problem with that is, how did she know to get in here? We probably, usually, when the case is like if it had been she was trying to trick him to come here, like in Turnabout Goodbyes, it would have been, we probably would have already found a letter from her asking Gustavia to come here. So how did she manage to get him? First off, to go all the way back, so if the theory we're going for here is that she stole the sculptures, how would she have even, like, mechanically, how would she have done that? She's not, she couldn't have chopped up the pieces, and then, like, taken them out of pieces that she would never be able to reassemble them. So she had to find a way to get the whole thing out of the... Wait, the trolley cart! That's what the cloth is for, that's what the cloth is for! Let me look at Larry's drawing one more time to make sure I'm not going insane. Okay, sketch of beauties. Okay. Here's my theory of what happened. Okay, wait. So she did that, and why... Okay, so that explains how she got the... I'll explain my train of thought in a second. I'm on something here. I gotta finish. Okay, so she stole the statues with a trolley cart, and she put the cloth over to cover it. So, but then why? Like, why would she... She wanted to steal the statues, but the thing... So here's the thing there. There's no reason for her to do that, right? Because if all she wanted to do was to have the statues to open a museum, then she could have just made replicas, and no one would have been able to tell the difference. So why would she want the actual statues? And also, why would she have used the cloth? Like, so... What was the point of using the cloth to cover it up? Because she literally could have just used a normal tablecloth, and no one would have thought anything different. In fact, it might have actually made her look more suspicious, because then it's like, hey, that's not a normal tablecloth. So why would she needed a reason to actually use that? Wait! Oh! The rainbow light device! No, not profiles, I don't care about... Get me out of here. Go back to the thing. Where's the, rainbow light device? Where's the thing? It's not here. Okay, so... Okay, whatever. Okay, so... I think I just connected a lot of pieces of the puzzle. Okay, so if the theory we're going with here is that she stole the statues and that she didn't replicate them, that she literally stole the statues and used those to put them on display, then I think we just figured everything out about what about why she stole the poison gas. So my theory was correct from the last episode when my theory was that she was trying to do it to try to seek vengeance on Gustavia. That is 100% confirmed to this one, I'm pretty sure, because here's my train of thought. So 18 years ago in the past, she walks into the art gallery with this lift trolley right here. And the surface of the platform was wet. Yup. That's another piece of logic that I completely forgot about. Okay, so the surface of the platform and the reason why it's wet is because she took this into the room. There's nothing on it until she put the statues in the glass cases on this lift trolley and used the blue fluorescent cloth to cover it up. And you might think that it's weird for her to use the fluorescent cloth. I'm gonna get to that in a second because I think I know why she used that. So, but that's relevant for now. So she uses this to cover it up, and then she just takes some random, I don't know, freaking cow statue or whatever, and melts that. I don't know why I said cow statue. It's the first thing that comes to my head. Some random statue, and just melts that to make it look like the Dover statues did actually melt. So that's done. She's effectively stole them, and she's gotten them out of the art gallery. Congratulations, crime completed. Now, fast forward to the present. She puts these statues in the Autumn Palace, which she tried to make it look like the Winter Palace. Well, what we need to do now is connect the reason why connect the fact that she was trying to get revenge for Masters being sent away to prison by getting Gustavia into this room and setting up the poison gas trap. Now, we need to connect that with her stealing the statues. How do we connect these two things together? Because there's no reason for the killer to care about these statues at all. But I just remembered something about the statue right here. Okay, so if we look at this photo, this is so goddamn smart. I'm okay. So all of this looks normal, right? We have the freaking guy with the arrow in the back, and we have the bull on the right. Please excuse my lack of knowledge about these things. I don't. Whatever, Gemini, Taurus, whatever they are, I don't know. But what I do know is that the thing on the left-hand side looks very conspicuous, and I did not think about it at first because it's so well done. It is so well disguised. But if you look really closely, it doesn't actually look like it's made out of ice. It looks like it's something covered in a cloth. Now, just by itself, the cloth wouldn't be enough, but it's a fluorescent cloth, and if you shine a rainbow light device on this thing, if you shine a rainbow light device at this thing, it will start to glow. And if it starts to glow in that dark room, it's gonna start to look a whole hell of a lot like ice is shimmering all against the glass, which is a really clever way to disguise whatever's hidden underneath. And you wanna know what's hidden underneath? I guarantee you, it's Isaac Dover's body. And that would explain why no one ever found the body. It was hidden underneath the cloth, and if it was hidden underneath the cloth, now we've connected our pieces of logic together, because she stole the statues to bring them into the museum, to plant them here, and she changed the Autumn Palace to the Winter Palace around to confuse the real killer, so that Gustavia would go into the room, try to recover the body so no one else would find it, start setting out the poison gas trap, and killing him in the process. That, my friend, is freaking incredible. That is so goddamn fun. It took a long time to get here, but we're finally getting down to the nitty-gritty of the logic of this case. That is so smart. That is such a clever twist. Okay. Now, there's a lot we got to unravel here. So what are we talking about? In order to maintain a side is art gallery collected hero cats scored from all over the world. I don't think you did. I think you stole them from right here 18 years ago.
It's wonderful that your dream has come true. What do you think, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't believe there was anything strange about her testimony.
Judge Courtney, I believe in the courtroom it is a standard to cross-examine the witness. Wouldn't you agree it's a little too early to say that there are no contradictions?
You speak like a defense attorney. Very well. Proceed as you please.
Okay, let's start to unravel your web of lies. 18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, is finally able to buy back this mansion. Yeah, whatever, I don't care. Because all I need to know is, I just need to break down this. Because I guarantee you this is the thread, and this is gonna be the load-bearing wire in the stack of wires that I can pull out, and the whole thing's gonna collapse. Because if we start to pick apart the little things, we're gonna start to get to the big things. Because as Mia Fey told us, lies always beget more lies.
Pure cat. That's Mr. Film's aunt alias, correct?
Yes, it's the name he used when he worked as a sculptor in France.
About collecting his works. How did you prepare the Taurus and Gemini sculptures? I heard that Mr. Gilbert passed away before he completed those 2 sculptures.
I had the sculptures in the Winter Palace specially made, based on the photos I took.
Oh, could you tell us about that in more detail?
Yeah, we got her now. We got her now.
I prepared replicas of the sculptures in the Winter Palace, based on the photos I took.
No, I didn't want to skip past. Oh, great! Now I have to wait 8,000 years for the text box to progress because there's no ability to actually skip the text. Okay. Here we go. Now we can skip text. So, you claim that you prepared replicas, did you? Well, we happen to have a little proof that is not the case.
Objection!
Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up?
She probably did, but they won't.
No matter how much you lie, you cannot deny the composition of the sculptures. For the analysis results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the shared sculptures Mr. Gilbert created.
Oi, Miley, as a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine. What we call sugar actually comes in many different varieties and tastes. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's simply impossible to replicate the composition.
Oh, I see. Thank you for the explanation. Though I don't recall asking for one.
She's nervous.
That, Miss Hall, means you couldn't have nurtured the Sherbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years.
Ah! What? She preserved the sherbet for 18 whole years?
She phrased it rapidly. It's not impossible.
Elbow rule!
Silence, please. Miss Curator, what do you have to say?
I can't believe you've already uncovered so much.
So you're admitting that you stole the Sherbet sculptures?
No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them after all. Also, yeah, I couldn't have stolen the sculptures 18 years ago.
Oh, really?
I don't think they would have been easy to steal without noticing.
Is that so? I don't know what you did 18 years ago. I do. How can I judge how people would have been?
It looks like you won't give up so easily.
No, I won't.
I don't intend on giving up until I learn the truth.
I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago.
Alright. Show me what you got, Kate Hall. What I did 18 years ago, I think this is going to be the time to strike.
On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film in the camera. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I had done on that day. I don't think there is anything suspicious about my actions.
Well, you mentioned something about preparing tea for everyone, and I'm fully confident that the table you claimed was a tea cart is going to end up being the lift trolley, so that's probably when you stole them.
That's not your decision to make.
Mr. Edgeworth, were there any contradictions in her testimony?
For now, I shall just prove that she stole the sculptures. But when could Miss Hall have stolen stolen them? If I can answer that, the crime should come to light.
See, it's funny, because we have light comes to light. This is the light device. Funny. Alright, here we go. On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building. Yeah, whatever. We know when you did it. You did it while you were busy making tea. Well, but it was hidden under your tea cart, or what you said was your tea cart. So I'm gonna press it to see if we can get it to crack.
Hold it!
Excuse me, did you do so in the same manner as today?
Yes, I put tea for everyone working on the investigation.
Now that you mention it, Uncle Ray also got some tea from you that day. He was pushing his service cart back and forth on the patio to the main building. I see. Did anything seem strange to you then?
Well, I remember your old man singing praises for Ceylon tea. He also said something about how the saucer was chilled.
The saucer was chilled. Could Miss Hall have served the sculptures then?
Oh, absolutely she did. Absolutely she did.
This was when you stole the Sherbet sculptures.
I'm sorry, but Monsieur Shields and company were at the fountain patio the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight?
That's precisely what I'm saying. This
This is where she hid the sculptures, just hid them right under their noses. She hid them underneath her service cart.
Take that!
Neither my father nor Mr. Shields realized the sculptures was right there in front of them. What you were pushing around was no ordinary service cart. It was the sculpture itself.
But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculptures on the service cart, people would notice immediately.
I never said she used the service cart to move the sculptures.
What? What do you mean? Then why did she use to move the sculptures around?
This is what Miss Hall used to transport the sculptures. She used the lift trolley, which happens to be a little bit wet.
Take that!
And this is...
This is the lift trolley Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move his Sherbet sculptures. It seems the same lift trolley lies here, in the fountain patio.
That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place. Are you saying she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures?
Yes. If the sculptures were placed on this lift trolley, and then covered up with a tablecloth, it could be disguised as a service cart and moved without arousing suspicion. So goddamn smart.
How could that be?
So the sauces were chewing because they were sitting on the ice sculptures? Kate, what's the meaning of this? What were you thinking?
That was truly impressive.
Oh, we haven't even gotten started. Wait, just wait till you hear about the thing with the body.
You certainly are. Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I was suspected. Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures? Yes, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the Sherbet sculptures from Monsieur Dover's room. It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says. I disguised the lift trolley as a service cart, and I served tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it.
An ice block with star clusters on it? That seems familiar. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. The Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. But those blocks of ice were also originally from Miss Dover Sherbet's lawn.
Those the two sculptures and the 2 blocks of ice. I took everything I could. And then I placed an empty glass case in Monsieur Dover's room. The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass cases for Mr. Dover.
So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases.
In Monsieur Dover's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I'd stolen melted too. So, everything you see in the Winter Palace are all original works from 18 years ago, just as we suspected. Miss Hall, it didn't take much to get her to confess.
Then she must know. She knows it isn't enough to try her in court.
That is all I have to say. But, even though I admit to stealing the sculptures, you can't arrest me for it.
What?
What?
Oh, is it because it was 18 years ago? It was just stupid statute of limitations. Okay, fine, whatever, but you still... We know your motive for doing it, so can we at least go cross-examine Gustavia?
Heavens. You're assisting the investigation without knowing this much?
Because even if we can't nail her for it, we can still use what she gave us to try to free Masters, which should be what she was going for the whole time.
Perhaps you should read the book concerning statute of limitations. The statute of limitations?
Book and statute of limitations case check the check button for details. Okay, sure thing. Here we go. Let's read. Murder, 15 years, theft, 17 years. As if those are the only 2 crimes on the planet. The suspect flees to or lives in a foreign country. The time limit is on hold until the suspect returns. Guessing she didn't flee to a different country. If possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until the verdict is reached, then resumes. If charges are pressed to demand compensation, the statute is frozen for the length of that procedure. Well, none of those apply here, so we're just screwed, aren't we? I mean, not really, because like I said, it doesn't really matter, because, like, the fact that we know you did it is enough to help us nail the real killer, and then hopefully we can use that to prove the Master's innocence.
It
It's the time frame in which a suspect can be taken to court. You can see it on this page. Yep, we already read that.
The statute of limitations for murder is 15 years, and for theft, it's 7 years? Ha!
That's right. And Miss Holler's theft was 18 years ago. According to the statute, she cannot be arrested for stealing the sculptures.
So that's how it is. Stealing evidence from a crime scene is an unforgivable offense. However, for this crime at least, we have no right to pass judgment. It appears that Prosecutor Edgeworth's key tepid reasoning has all been for naught.
No, it has not. No, it has not. We can still use what she gave us. I wonder about that. I deduce Miss Hall's actions to be to expose a different crime. If she only took the sculptures, we wouldn't have found the body from 18 years ago.
Are you saying I hid Monsieur Dover's body?
Yes, I am. That's correct.
But how can someone hide a body for 18 years?
I would imagine it would be very difficult under normal circumstances.
So you're saying the circumstances weren't normal?
Does anything about the situation scream normal to you?
Are you claiming that you know where the body was hidden?
Yes, I am. When you consider Miss Hall's actions, the answer becomes obvious. 18 years ago, Miss Hall stole something more than just human sculptures.
If you're so confident, I would like to hear your answer. Where did Miss Hall hide the body?
She hid it in the Winter Palace ice sculptures.
Take that!
This is the photograph of Mr. Dover's sculptures.
Yes, perhaps you've noticed that the victim's body can be seen in this picture.
I do not see it. It is pointed out clearly. Where in this picture can one see the body of the victim?
You can see it. Oh, it's time to expose the location of the body in the photograph. You can see it right here. Look at this photograph.
The Gemini sculpture?
Yes. While it may look like the Gemini sculpture at first glance, in reality, this is none other than Isaac Dover himself.
This ice sculpture was the victim's body, but all I can see from this picture is an ice sculpture of that statue.
That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to conceal it.
Conceal it?
Which piece of evidence did Miss Hall use to conceal the body? She used the fluorescent cloth and used the rainbow light sculpture, or the rainbow light device to give it the shimmering effect.
Take that!
This is the cloth that was covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace.
This cloth manipulates light. With it, it's entirely possible to make something look like ice. Isn't that right, Delicia?
Yesy! When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering cloth. That cloth will only emit light when it is attached to a special device.
Just Judge Courtney, look closely at the picture one more time. Beneath the Gemini case lies a box-shaped object attached to the pedestal.
This is
a rainbow light device. Detective Gumshoe reported one in the Winter Palace. This is the device that went missing 18 years ago. Originally, it would have been attached to the cloth inside the glass case. Naturally, Miss Hall took the device with her when she moved the sculptures. By using the rainbow light device to make the fluorescent cloth glow, Mr. Dover's body was made to look like an ice sculpture. That's that for stew music. It couldn't come at a better time.
So then, when Uncle Ray took the photo of the Winter Palace.
That's right. The body had been in front of us all along, disguised as Gemini.
However, the body and the fluorescent cloth were both discovered in the fountain. The ice sculpture was the body. We would have found it in the Winter Palace.
If we had found it there, it would have been revealed immediately. Miss Hall moved the body out of the Winter Palace to prevent us from discovering it.
Absurd. So she threw the body into the fountain without any of us noticing?
No, Judge Courtney. There were no need for that. She simply used the same method as before. Remember the lift trolley?
Ah!
She moved the body to some other room and dumped it into the stream to the fountain. Naturally, the frozen body would have sunk to the bottom of the fountain. That's why the cloth floated up first, and was found by Delicia.
And eventually, the body thawed out and floated to the surface. Monsieur Edgeworth, you truly have a gift for deductive reasoning. However, do you have any proof?
Yes, I do. Larry's sketch. Larry's sketch shows you doing exactly that.
If you cannot prove that, then there's no way I can accept what you're saying. Huh. Wasn't there anyone who saw Miss Hall move the body?
Yes, I believe such a person exists. The answers lie in the evidence that person gave me. And that piece of evidence will reveal the truth of Miss Hall's actions.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you able to prove the crime of Miss Curator?
Certainly, I have evidence that will show exactly what she did.
Then, it's time we see our answer. Which piece of evidence reveals Miss Curator's actions?
It is Larry's sketch of beauties.
Take that!
Another sketch. Oh? It appears I haven't drawn in this one.
This is a sketch I made you of the woman at the fountain patio. I would like to direct your attention to the service cart on the left side of the sketch.
Service cart? What about it?
Don't you see? What transpired 18 years ago has happened again. Miss Hall was moving the body in the sketch.
No. Please wait. I don't see Monsieur Dover's body anywhere in that drawing. All I did was hand out chocolates to everyone.
The key detail in the sketch is the color of the tablecloth. Up until now, I thought Larry had just made a mistake.
The tablecloth? It's light blue.
It may be light blue in the sketch, but no blue tablecloth exists in this mansion. Perhaps it's light blue because the body was hidden, still glowing underneath the tablecloth.
What? But the lift trolley is rectangular in the sketch. If you just place the body in the lift trolley, you would notice it immediately.
There were 2 blocks of ice in the Winter Palace that are completely hollowed out. If you put the body inside the block of ice, it would look like a service cart.
That's...
Miss Hall, you put the body in the block of ice and used the lift trolley to move it, didn't you?
I never imagined you would be able to produce so much from just a single sketch.
You must be new around here, because let me tell you, that's happened quite a few times before.
What if it was just a mistake, like you said before? It doesn't prove anything.
I agree that alone the sketch is worthless. Once you remove the body, the service cart would revert back to a lift trolley. That's why the lift trolley was left behind in the fountain patio. And without the service cart, there would be no place for you to put your chocolates.
The chocolates I gave everyone?
Until then, the chocolates had sat on top of the service cart, as you gave them away. But when you gave them to us, you took them from your pocket.
Ah! Now that you mention it, they were a bit melted. But they were still really sweet and tasty.
So why was it necessary to put them in your pocket halfway through? That's because once the body was disposed of, you no longer had a service cart.
Ah! Hold it right there. If she put the chocolates in her pocket and left the lift trolley in the patio, then where did the tablecloth go?
If she'd been forced to put the chocolates in a pocket, she wouldn't have time to dispose of the tablecloth. Wait, what if she's wearing it? Oh! Very clever, Miss Hall. You thought you could outwit me again, but you were wrong. Because, you see that little thing tied around her waist? What are the odds that that's her tablecloth? Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to her actual appearance in the flashback sequence to compare to see if she was wearing something around her waist then. But it's the only reasonable place she could have hidden it is on her actual person, and she just happens to be wearing a white cloth around her waist. So I don't know. The tablecloth wasn't hidden; it's right in front of us.
To clarify, the tablecloth used to hide the body, where is it now?
Yeah, Miss Hall has it with her. Isn't it obvious? Miss Hall is carrying it with her, out in the open.
Out in the open? Ah, you mean...
Miss Hall, you are wearing the tablecloth around your waist. The block of ice was not encased in a glass case. In other words, the tablecloth was in direct contact with the block of ice. If we have it examined, we will undoubtedly find traces of sherbet on it. Miss Hall, you will turn your tablecloth over to the police at once.
There's no need to examine the tablecloth. It's just as you say. I stole the poison from Madame Delicia, and I moved the body. I have done terrible things. Madame Delicia, I am so sorry. 1 week ago, I took your Megatoxin X bottle. I slipped it into that man's pocket to make it look like suicide. If they suspected it was murder, the evidence would point to Madame Delicia.
Kate, what were you thinking? Weren't we always trying to save Mr. Master together?
I could not let myself be arrested. Not until I had proven Monsieur Master's innocence. From the very beginning, I had planned to turn myself in once everything was over. But I suppose it is too late to say that now.
Kate, why? Why would you go this far?
Even for Monsieur Shields, I've caused nothing but trouble. For the past 18 years, I have been a criminal.
The eye has evidence. Don't tell me that you were the true culprit.
No, that's probably Gustavia.
My greatest crime was stealing the Sherbet sculptures for my own selfish interests. When Monsieur Dover died, they were no longer just ordinary sculptures. They had become the final works of the sculptor Monsieur Master so deeply loved. What if they melted before Monsieur Master returned? With that in mind, I couldn't let anyone touch them, not even the police. Even though I knew it was wrong, I moved them to the mansion's freezer. However, I only wanted to preserve Monsieur Dover's art. I did not know his body was hidden among them.
So she stole the sculptures without noticing the body. I can believe that, but I still say that once she discovered the information, she used it to try to draw out the real killer.
Monsieur Master would never take another person's life. Because of me, the body vanished, and Monsieur Master was found. Guilty. That kind man. He treated someone like me as family. He meant more to me than anyone else, and yet...
Kate.
Once your master was found guilty, I was chased out of this mansion. I was finally able to reclaim the mansion just a few days ago, but... when I saw the sculptures still sleeping away in the freezer, I realized that I was the one who hid Monsieur Dover's body. However, the statute of limitations had already expired. Therefore, I could think of no other way to atone for my sins.
It appears I have misunderstood her. It seems she caused this entire incident in order to save Mr. Master.
What you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth?
There is one thing that has been bothering me this whole time. Why would Miss Hall plan a murder with such an uncertain method like poison gas? And the reason she disguised the Autumn Palace to look like the Winter Palace was to make those involved in the incident 18 years ago confuse the two rooms.
I wonder what Kate was trying to accomplish.
I know what she was trying to accomplish.
She was trying to prove Mr. Master's innocence. In that case, Miss Hall's true objective was...
to find the true culprit.
Perhaps she was trying to find the true culprit. Miss Hall, were you trying to prove Mr. Master's innocence? You wanted to reveal the true culprit and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Was that not your true goal? By displaying those sculptures, you'd attract those involved in the past incident. Only two people would know where the body was hidden. You and the true culprit.
The culprit would have panicked, knowing that the body would be displayed publicly.
Yes, and if the culprit really showed up, there's the risk they'd erase the tracks. In the worst case scenario, they might have even stolen the body. So, how could you protect the evidence while simultaneously luring in the culprit?
I see. That's why she made the Autumn Palace look like the Winter Palace.
Yes, and then, Miss Hall, you must have thought. Whoever opens the Pisces case, believing it to be the Gemini case, must be the true culprit of the IS-7 incident.
What? But that means that person is the true culprit.
Overruled!
Please wait a moment, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you realize what you are saying? Do you intend to accuse that person of being the culprit behind the IS-7 incident?
Yes, I do. Miss Hall was trying to trap the true culprit. If so, wouldn't the person who fell for the trap be the true culprit? However, I have no evidence to back up my claims yet. If I make a formal accusation without any proof, it will not end well. Shall I announce the true killer of Isaac Dover?
Yes, absolutely. Gotta reach for the stars, Edgeworth.
Well, what I should do is reveal the truth. In that case, there is no need to hesitate. Yes, that's correct. Judge Courtney, I indict this person as the true culprit behind the IS-7 incident.
Take that!
Dame Gustavia, who fell victim to the poison gas, is the true culprit of the IS-7 incident? Hey, Gussie is...
Mr. Gustavia,
Miss Hall, didn't you believe that if you opened this gallery, the true culprit would come? That's why you set up the poison gas trap, is it not?
You truly have a gifted mind, just like your father. It is as you say, Monsieur Edgeworth.
Now, would you please tell us the whole truth?
Yes, I have nothing more to hide. I will tell you everything. I set a trap in the gallery to find the true culprit,
Just as we said.
Before the gallery opened, I left only the Autumn Palace unlocked. At opening time, when I went around to unlock each room, I discovered that the Autumn Palace had been locked from the inside. I knew that the true culprit was on the other side of the door. My hand was trembling.
All that was left for the trap to do. All that was left was for the trap to do its work.
When I heard Monsieur Gustavio was exposed to the poison gas, I realized he was the culprit. And I thought that if the police discovered Monsieur Dover's body, it would prove Monsieur Master's innocence.
Well, that didn't happen, but we will finish what you started.
Why didn't you ever come talk to me? It might be another way. I know that you did everything you could for me over the past 18 years. However, all of this had been brought on my own crime. That's why I wanted to save Monsieur Master as soon as possible. Kate. Not only that, the police hid the fact that the body went missing 18 years ago. Even if I reported the body, there was a chance that the truth would be hidden again. That's why I caused the incident at the museum's opening, with as many witnesses as possible. I'm sorry. Gregory, Mr. Master, and even you. I couldn't protect anyone.
Mr. Shields, it must be tough on him as well.
The ones who should be apologizing is me, Monsieur Edgeworth, Monsieur Shields. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I shall accept whatever punishment I am given. However, I must ask of you, please clear Monsieur Master's name.
The truth that was hidden for 18 years was revealed in an unexpected manner. However, to think that things would end this way. Alright, here we go. Now things are getting really good. This case has had some slow bits, I'll be honest. The pacing's not been super strong this case. But we're finally getting to the good stuff. Alright, I can't wait to see how this continues. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I'll have to catch you all tomorrow for some more Ace Investigations 2. Goodbye.